Hi everybody, it's me with another garden tour. It's been 2 weeks, so let's see what's changed. Well, I've got my lemon sedum here, still looking great. Fig tree putting on leaves, so I'm excited about that. Those two are, I guess, protesting, and that fig down there is doing just fine. I know I did hit my flowers regularly, so the same one flowers keep blooming. My zinnia is looking great. And I haven't even had to touch this one because it's just, I actually uppotted it because it was getting severely root bound. But it's looking amazing. So let's check on these cabbages. Purple cabbages, well I guess red cabbages, what they actually call. Looking really big, much bigger than than 2 weeks ago. I threw some wildflowers right here and they are looking quite incredible. So right there on the side and then right here in this little area I threw some wildflowers. So this whole row here is calendula. Also a few weeks ago I came outside and I just threw a handful of marigold seeds out into the garden because, you know, why not. Got this oregano that I grew from seed. And excuse me, I know the time for broccoli is technically over, but we want to talk about this? Do you want to talk about this head of broccoli? No, you don't want to talk about it? That's fine. You don't have to. Also, I know the time for cabbage is coming to an end. But do we want to check out these cabbages that are doing their thing? Here's another broccoli. Working on brocking, so I'm going to leave them alone. There's another cabbage. And you know, these were covered up so that their cabbage moth couldn't get to them. So you see all the calendula and then this whole row of nasturtium here. And you probably see some marigolds coming up all in the middle because like I said, I came out here and threw a whole fistful of marigold seeds out. There's a little patch of nasturtium. So here's an Isis candy cherry tomato. Looking extremely amazing. But wait, we'll get back to these tomatoes in a second because... So I put these pinwheels out here because I heard they were supposed to deter the birds. Let's talk about this. So we're going to have to eat this today. And we're going to have to watch these very closely because actually I need to put the bird netting on because guess who got me? Birds. They're not here living their best life in my strawberries. Birds. So we're just going to pull that off. Get that out of the way. These strawberries have yet to produce, but these are all June bearing, but the ones you see with strawberries on them are from last year, which is why I'm getting a small early harvest because they are a year old. These they working hard. They look good. And then those are leeks back there. I don't know if you can see them, but they are leeks. So moving on back to this tomato. Yeah, that's in a 5-gallon grow bag, and it's about 3 feet tall. Here's my pineapple tomato. So as you can see, I had to clip these up a few days ago, climbing up the trellis. Up the line very nicely. Now I'm gonna do some pruning, but not today. There's more cabbage. These tall things are cabbage. It rained today, so it's looking quite amazing out here. I mean, the significant difference from when I left home at 4 o'clock this morning to after 7 p.m. right now is staggering. These artichokes, I'm not sure what to expect from them except great things because they're actually looking quite fantastic. This one, there it is right there. Was holding up for dear life, but you know what? He's still there. Still I rise. Yeah. Artichoke over here, artichoking. There's another cabbage over there. Then this whole row of butter crunch lettuce. I mean, just impressive. I feel like this Swiss chard is, I don't know, struggling. We'll see. Threw this barrage in here 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it's spread out. I'm actually thrilled about that. And then here's a single pepper. I literally had one left that I didn't have nowhere to put. So I said, I'm not getting the pot out. I know exactly where you can go. Right here and join everybody else. Enjoy yourself. These 2 pots are calendula. And I'm just only imagining when the flowers come, they're going to be massive because right now these pots are pouring over. I know y'all say I should separate them out, but yeah, I ain't doing that. I'm going to see what happens. Worst come to worst, I'll pot it up to a bigger pot. But right now, this how they looking. Say hi. All right, we got 4 bean plants. Oh, did y'all notice? I mulched out everything. Looking very good. Now we can see what's what. Keep some of these weeds under control. See all those marigold seeds coming up. And then these are the 4 dragon tongue bean plants. Oops, sorry. That's that red lettuce from October. I'm gonna leave it right there. It went to seed, and I'm just gonna leave it right there. And we'll get around to that. We'll let the bees and all the pollinators have a good time. Look at that comfrey over there. Wait. Yeah, that's the comfrey. No, that's the barrage. And that's the comfrey. Sorry. These are 3 bean plants you see coming up. These are the French horticultural beans. So I'm very excited about how they're looking. It's a random flower I found at Lowe's. I don't know. And then this pink pot right here is the giant Indian celosia. Yeah, I know I planted them thickly, but we just like them calendulas over there. We're gonna see what they do. They got some time before they head up, so I don't have to do this today. Let me step back so y'all can see exactly how big this garlic is, because I definitely planted this garlic in October, and it's definitely May the 4th. And here, let me walk over here so y'all can turn this camera around. Y'all can see where these garlic leaves at. 6. You see that? Garlic is. So I'm not gonna pull these out yet. I'm gonna give them some more time. But if you can see how big the stalks are, I mean, massive stalks. Look at that. Massive. So I'm gonna leave them in those garlic right there in the middle. I just put those down just before last frost. So our last frost date was March the 20th, so I put those down just before that. And honestly, like I said, completely impressive. So here is back to the tomatoes. So there's the Isis Candy cherry tomato down there in the red bag of strawberries. And then all the way down here is the Sweet 100s cherry tomato. So also waist high. So let's see what we got here. This is the yellow pear tomato, looking ginormous. Hold on, y'all, I gotta dig in there because everything is getting sort of lost. Oh, this is another Isis Candy cherry tomato. I don't know why it's over here with my indeterminates, but we're gonna leave it right there anyway. This is this Better Boy that is. Hold on, I gotta back up so y'all can see, because Better Boy is better. Look how big that is. Yeah, Better Boy, you better. Here's my orange accordion tomato, and let me tell you about this one. It was struggling when I first put it out here, and I said, you know what, I'm not taking you back in the house. You're gonna get your act together. And it did. It got its act together. Look at him. Say hi. Hey, orange accordion. All right, here we go right here. Also looking beautiful. Burmese sour tomato. Looking incredible. Sorry, I gotta turn around. What we got here? Kellogg's breakfast. Incredible. And which one is this one? I know y'all can't see that stalk in there, but let me tell you something. These tomatoes are not playing games with y'all, okay? Well, I can't even find the tag. What is this? It's another, I think that's a Jersey Devil. And the pineapple tomato. Okay, these things are to my waist. So y'all know these tomatoes are not playing games with y'all at all. So here we go. Here is another Jersey Devil. I know you're saying it's jam-packed and all this basil in there, but so I actually broke this tomato. This is the one that I broke. My husband said, stop tripping, just put it back in the greenhouse. And I was like, it doesn't have any leaves on it. I broke it down to the stem. He was like, so what? It still got a good root system. So I had already grown it, thinned it out. Let y'all see that. I had already grown it and thinned it out. So I put it back in the greenhouse like he told me to, with zero expectations. Just do what my husband said to do, because he always full of good ideas and always tells me what's right. So let me turn this around. So that's what I did, and it was in the greenhouse. And then one morning I woke up to go turn on my lights in my greenhouse, and there was 5 Jersey Devils popping out of that little pot that was growing in. So apparently, of all the seeds I put in there, 2 showed up. I thinned them out to the one, and then I broke that one, put them back in the greenhouse, just with the hope that something would happen. No, not even the hope. Like I said, I wasn't expecting anything. I was just doing what he said, because, like I said, he never leaves me wrong. And then 5 popped back up. So the Lord wanted me to have those. So there's one. The Jersey Devil that shouldn't be here. I guess it ain't devil after all. That might be a Jersey Angel. I don't know. You tell me. Alright. Now I know y'all gonna say this is packed tightly, but these are some of my super hots. And in it I've got a rosemary plant thriving. And then here's these green onions that I had already cooked in the house with. And I said, you know what? I'm gonna just bring them out here just for extra protection, you know. So, now you know how onions are. The whole allium family in your garden, they are your garden beasts. So these garlic, keeping everything right. I have 0 pest pressure out here so far. 0. So whoever don't believe in companion planting, all right then, well, best wishes. So here is my Ford Hook lima bean. Out of control. I'm pretty sure it's not a vining plant, but it's throwing out some tendrils. I guess they tendrils. I don't think they vines, but I guess we'll see. If it's attached to the gate, we'll find out. My blueberry plants, I don't know if I told y'all, I cut these down all the way before the growing season started. And look at them. I thought something was eating my blueberries, but apparently this is what you get. This is the flower, and this is how it looks before it starts putting out berries. I was actually very worried, but if this is what this is, and I'm about to get clusters of berries, because this plant is now on its 2nd year. Oh, we got some leaves over here. It's not looking so nice. Oh, you broke. I'm sorry. But again, same thing, the same little situation. And then right here, another Ford Hook lima bean. Also putting out these tendrils of some sort. This was a peach tree that was on protest, and I guess so I pruned it down. I was trying to prune it down until I found some green, and I didn't. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and say this peach tree is dead. A peach tree, he was the realest. My Owari Satsuma over here. It's in this 5-gallon bucket from Lowe's, and then I got this coconut core tree ring that actually fits slightly perfect on top of it. And y'all know me, I just keep throwing stuff out here. So there's like some sunflower seeds that I threw out there that's growing nicely. So here are my 3 okra plants. They are quite tall. I came home today to discover that I have a flower, which is great because I also have some okra at the top and 2 more right there. And the smaller one has some little okras growing on it too. Here's that tall garden phlox that came back for its revival moment. So hey girl. Here's another one of these Jersey Devil tomatoes. I mean, because listen, again, they wanted to be here. I made it happen. So let me pull it up off of this. It's a little too close. I could put a rosemary in there just, you know, for extra protection. Because this year I'm heavily invested in companion planting. I took some time to find all I could about it. And while I see some people don't believe in it, from what I can tell, it's working for me. And behind it we have the Rosita eggplant and the Ping Tongue eggplant. So the reason I had them so close, because this I was getting this rosemary to do double duty while everybody was growing and getting their lives together. I threw some eggplant seeds in here. The Michal F1 eggplant. I just threw some seeds in there because I actually forgot to start it when it was time. I don't know if y'all can see this, but they're growing. So the Michal is not growing actually. This is the Black Beauty eggplant that's coming up. And I had an extra zucchini, so I put it over there. This is the Black Beauty zucchini. So I got Black Beauty eggplant over here and the Black Beauty zucchini right there. So it's doing this thing. As you know, you get male flowers first in your zucchini. So I ain't really worried about that flower. I know what that's about. So these are my baby red potatoes, my russet potatoes. Remember I said I was waiting for that one to come up? That is the Maca Ozette potato. It's a old potato variety. And I saw it and I thought this looked like it's gonna be delicious. I gotta get some. So after searching it down, I got some. It took a long time to sprout, but now they're looking good. So I'm going to I'm actually heal those up. Just add some more dirt to that soil because it's kind of low. Because I put some sweet alyssum in there, and the alyssum started coming up and looking good. But then so did the potato. So look at this. I don't know if y'all can see in there. See those sweet alyssum? Those little leaves? Yeah, girl. Again, y'all know I did hit my flowers religiously. Look at those. It only had one flower head on it when I bought it. But this is the spinach here. This is the Bloomsdale spinach. It looks like it's about to bolt, but you know what? Fine. I got more. I actually got more spinach growing right there. So if this bolt, it could be you know, invitations to my pollinators. Come on, y'all. You got spinach. You can be like pop out a bee. And again, this is me throwing marigold seeds wherever I felt like it. So over here we have those the Kyoto red carrots and the golden nugget yellow carrots coming up. They were the pelleted carrots from Johnny Seeds, which I really like because I don't want to thin out carrots. And the pelleted ones you can see really well. They are surrounded by some marigolds over there in the corner and some onions. So onions I started from seed again in October. So let me show y'all something. See this big long tall plant right here? You know what that is? Don't look familiar? That is the cilantro that was right here for the longest that had bolted. That was this cilantro, I mean up in this raised bed, it was about 5 feet tall. So every time I came outside, the cilantro was rubbing my eyelids because it was so tall. So I pulled it out. I said, Stephanie, use this space wisely. The cilantro has bolted. You have enough stuff out here. You got that kale that bolted, that lettuce right there that bolted, and this broccoli and cabbage from last year that bolted. So we got enough flowers out here to draw our pollinators in. But you got a good space right here. This soil in this raised bed, we worked hard on this. Like all this soil, we worked hard on. So make the most of this. Still got some onions surrounding it. So what I did, I planted 2 rows of lettuce, which obviously there's nothing to show you about the thin but bare dirt because I just did it 3 days ago. But it will be, I planted 4. Okay, I didn't put the labels in, but what I did was put this here and I put this here. So in this row, starting with this green, is the Marvel of 4 Seasons. And then where this stake is in this row is 4 of the bronze mignonette. And then I said, Stephanie, the blueberries don't need those trellises. And the only reason the trellises at the blueberries because we didn't have this section fenced off. And so as soon as I planted my blueberries, my dogs ran through here and stomped on them. So I said, oh no. And you know, dogs just need a physical barrier. And they won't, you know, they'll learn their lesson. So I put the trellises over the blueberries, but now this whole section is fenced off. So I said, I don't need that anymore. So what I did, I'm growing all Parthenocarpic cucumbers. We'll let the bees concentrate on other things. So this is a bait alpha, looking very nice. And I know as you can see, it's starting to get some activity. And these two are party time. Look at this. I had to hurry up and get this out of the little pot it was in because see how the flowering? It was putting on cucumbers. So I'm gonna just let these cucumbers crawl up this trellis because I mean they was the last 3 I had left. The other rest of them I put on the cattle panel. So these 3 were just kind of sitting around while I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do. But anyway, back to this cilantro. So I pulled out all the cilantro. I said, well, it still has a very strong cilantro fragrance. So I'm gonna just lay it around and kind of put it behind stuff that needs some protection from pests. Because it's still putting off that strong smell and it still had flowers on the end. So if the pollinators wanted to come have some, come on girl, have some. So as we get over here, these are not regular peppers, but you know what I mean. So this is a sweet banana pepper right here. Flowers. I know everybody say, oh, pull those first flowers off. I'm not. Yeah, we have this is a super hot over here. I think I was running out of space. That's an apocalypse scorpion pepper. So no flowers on that yet, but they coming. This is, what is this? This is a sweet banana pepper right there. So it's also taking its time, but all right, I'm be here. And what we got here? Sorry y'all, because I can never find the labels because stuff be growing so hard, so fast. But do I need a label? No, I don't. And I'm going to tell you why I don't. Because I think we can see what we got going on here. Right? That's the California winters. So, I'm going to let it do its thing. We got more peppers over here. I'm going to pull these bottom leaves off because they look terrible actually. And they don't need these bottom leaves. These bottom leaves going to become a problem if I don't get them out of here. I think we know what the problem going to be. And I don't want no pest pressure. Honestly, these peppers look great. I think that's another sweet banana pepper. And then over here, another, hold on, I'm about to lie. I gotta look at the label on these. I know you said I got these things so close. But I will move them as they get larger and they have another sweet banana pepper. I wasn't lying. Pull these leaves off right here. That's looking terrible. Because if you look terrible, you can't live here. This ain't a beauty contest, but you know, we got a reputation to uphold. Yeah, see? He's all the way down here in the soil and we can't do that, y'all. We can't have these kind of problems. Plus some of these plants, there's 2 of them in the pot and I know he's saying, come on, Stephanie, do better. But, oh, this is another apocalypse scorpion, which will explain why it doesn't have any flowers on it. Because you know you're super hot or slow. That's that lost nodal kill, still holding on for dear life. And it's curly kill. It's them bolted, but you know what I said about that, we just gonna let them do. Now, y'all see this? Am I about to get onions? You see that? Hold on. Y'all see that? What? I'm about to get onions, y'all. Don't tell nobody. But I'm about to have onions. So yeah, so if y'all see this mess, it's because I threw these down here. And you know what? And it's what they call green mulch. Well, it'll start breaking down and return itself back to the earth. So Y'all stay right there. Return back to whence you came. Hey, sunflowers, I'm not gonna step on you. All right, y'all. These are, I thought I planted the sweet peas, but apparently I planted the snow peas. But you know what? Doesn't matter, because guess what we got? We got snow peas everywhere. Snow peas, snow peas. Now look at this. These are green. These are purple. We ain't gonna talk about that. They have an identity crisis. So y'all be whatever color you want to. It's 2025. Just grow. That's all I need you to do. So this is a cucumber. And guess what? Guess who is big enough to go on the trellis now? Here go some more of these onions I planted. You see I'm starting to get proud of the soil. So they pushing themselves up. Then what we got here? We got a Tigger melon. Yeah, girl. Come on, melon. I planted 2 seeds right there. Everywhere I plant seeds, I always plant 2 or 3 because, you know, you don't never know what's going to happen. So, Tigger melon. This is, I think, is a Zula F1 cucumber. So, it's going to be, it's a parthenocarpic. Right here, this is the butternut winter squash. And then I bought some flower seeds, right? Because I thought it would be really nice to... I thought it would really be really nice to see some flowers. So, ooh, whoa. I'm sorry, y'all. Oh, what did I do? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay, so back to what I was saying. I thought it would be really nice to see some vine and flowers crawling across the trellis with everything else. So, that's what I did. I threw down some of those, they're the Black-Eyed Susan vines. So they're not, because they're the vine, they're not the actual Black-Eyed Susan. Because Black-Eyed Susan is root back here. These are the Thunbergia. So not a true Black-Eyed Susan, but they look just like it, except it'll be a vine. So they will be crawling across the trellis, growing up with the melons and the peas. They'll be going across the trellis this way. And then we'll talk about that side in a minute. So, hold on, y'all. Every time my neighbors come past, they're blasting some different level of music. But okay. So, sorry about the profanity. So, right here, we have the orange glow watermelon and the golden nugget watermelon. Looking good, right? And the honey nut squash, which is also a vine. That's the little one. So, this is the orange glow watermelon, and right here is the golden nugget watermelon, right there. And then beside that is the honey nut squash. So soon as these things are big enough and I can attach them to the trellis, that's where they're going. They're gonna start walking their way up. So I had a broccoli that was right here that had gone to seed, which is what you're seeing right here. Because I'm trying to do this green mulch where you just, I guess, the chop and drop. So I just pulled them out and I just threw them down. They're gonna break down. And what's it gonna do besides help my soil and help my land? So I gave it back to myself. What a gift. So what I did right here, I planted another yard-long bean. So yard-long bean right there. And then right here, so the yard-long bean I planted right up against the trellis right there. So the yard-long bean will hung right there because that's a vine variety. Then I put a tricolor bean there, and then right here where I had some blank space, I put another dragon tongue bean. So these are the Blue Lake bush beans right there. And then again, I had another pepper plant. Also, I just kind of like the randomness of it. Like, I can come over here and it's something different. It's a mixture of things. They're not hurting each other. So I'm gonna let them do their thing. So then you'll see just a few of the giant romaines. So they are coming up. I don't eat a lot of lettuce. I know you're saying I got a lot planted, but I just end up giving it away. I had a giant romaine right there, and if you see right there, they've been holding on since last year. I don't know if you can tell the size of that, but it ain't no joke. So, and we have yard long beans planted right there where you see the sign. Oops, sorry. Yard long beans right there. A Zozula F1 cucumber right here. So this is, oh, look at you. Are you ready for the trellis? What? Okay, I see you got some tendrils. I want you to go ahead and take those tendrils and give this trellis a big hug. But you see it's parthenocopic, so it's putting on cucumbers already. This is like the third time I've had to pull cucumbers off of it because this thing ain't no joke. Threw a sunflower right there. So that's a big old sunflower about to make his debut. And this is a holy crap. A party time cucumber. Y'all see that? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna pull it off because this plant cannot support this. So I'm gonna make a good decision here. I'm gonna go ahead and do away with that. I'm putting it in my pocket so I can show my husband. I'm gonna throw it in the trash. So this is the Viraflay spinach, and I think it looks rather good. Sorry, my shoes got dirty. Got on white shoes in the garden, but I just got home, and so I just jumped out the truck and ran outside. I have sugar baby watermelon coming up right there. Honey nut squash. You see the little label? It's back there coming through. Because these things are vining, so they won't be in each other's way. The vines are going to come up, and honestly, you know, these peas ain't going to last that long. So I need to have something that's coming right behind it. So whatever we get off these peas, I'm going to be grateful for. And then it'll be stuff right behind it coming up to take its place. So we won't miss a beat. I planted some rutabagas. That's the rutabaga, because that's all that I got from, I planted like 9 of them. That's it. But it ain't really rutabaga season. I mean, they need cool weather, and we definitely outside of that. Now, I don't know what to say about this, because I actually think I'm going to get a cabbage out of this. I know you can see the rest of the stuff bolted, but not this one. It actually appears to be heading up, and I'm not going to stop it. The ones that bolted, you know, it is what it is. We'll go ahead and collect these free seeds. Matter of fact, y'all can go ahead and, when you're ready to drop your seeds, we will happily allow you to reseed yourself here, and next year happily grow cabbage in this same space for free without me having to do anything, because honestly they will be comfortable in this spot, which is what happens when your plants drop seed. They're happy where they are. They're taking root, taking home, getting familiar with the landscape. So we will have quite a bit of cabbage that will start itself on time when the season calls for it. I won't have to do anything but come out here and give it some fertilizer when the time comes. So hey y'all, you look so pretty. You look so pretty. Do your thing, girl. Okay, that was enough singing. So now here's all these onions I started from seed again in October when I came out here to put all this stuff down. This was broccoli. It never headed up in time because I didn't plant it in time. See? It didn't head up. It started opening, going to seed. So I said, well, you can stay. It'll be something for the pollinators, and all these onions definitely keeping us safe. Now the problem with these onions, while I'm about to pull them out, I know you see the problem. Yeah. So I pulled out a bunch a few days ago. Gave my neighbor some, took some to work, gave some to them, took some in the house, cut them up. They actually taste really good. They got a really strong flavor to them. So I'm fine with that. So Chinese cabbage, looking good. What's that right there? Cow peas, aka black eyed peas. Because I had some, I said, you know what? Throw some seeds out, girl. Now, I know y'all gonna say, Stephanie, this is planted so closely. Whatever. I'm gonna put the insect netting over it. I hand pollinate, so I'm not gonna fight with vine borers. Also, I have some. This is the round 8-ball zucchini. Look at that. Do you see? I have a female flower with the zucchini right behind it. What's that doing there? Oh, y'all doing good? I know, cause I took care of you. This is the patty pan squash. I actually can't wait to see that and try it. I'm very excited about that. What we got right here. Look at this absolute monster. This is the first one I put out here, but I'm gonna tell you what this is. I gotta back up. This is the Georgia Candy Roaster. These are supposed to be about 10 pounds each. So it's no surprise that the plant is actually this big right now. Now, another 8-ball. So I know y'all saying these leaves kind of yellow, but that's how they look. So I'm gonna let them be that way for right now. They got fertilized a little bit ago. This is unlabeled. Well, I think it's a, you know what, I'm not gonna say what I think it is. I think it's a Dunja, but that's a Dunja squash right there. And every squash I planted seeds also. So I had starts and then I put seeds. It's another Georgia Candy Roaster, but I put this in after the other one. This is another Dunja, because when I planted this one, I planted seeds. I didn't expect they were gonna go so fast. And there's another one. I don't know why these don't have labels on them, but I mean, I do know because I didn't put them there. Another patty pan squash. So it is what it is. Sunflower, sunflower, sunflower. My opal basil. I know y'all gonna say, Stephanie, why you got so many of them in that pot? Because I put them there. And I'm not apologizing, and I'm not moving. Excuse me, weed. Excuse me. I definitely did not invite you to this party. Why are you over here trying to drop your little weed seeds? Don't worry, I'll get you in a few. So let's go back to this romaine complete monster. Look at that. This is my hand. I ain't small. See that right there? Because I threw some random flower seeds. I think they poppies. We'll see whatever come up. The Lord obviously won't let them be there. We'll let them stay. There's some chives right there next to these carrots because I don't want the carrot fly to smell my carrots. And no, I don't thin out carrots because you know what's going to happen? They're going to get big. They're going to push something over and they're going to make space. Whatever space they want, they'll make it. And otherwise, they'll either be small or just malformed. But you know what's going to happen? They going to taste the same. Y'all, I cut these collard greens down all the way to the base. I said, oh, people say cut them down and let the roots decompose in the ground. No, that's not what they did. They decided they was gonna grow back. Okay, cool. There's some radishes. These radishes are very short-lived. Their life will be over. They've been here for too long. My radishes was not ratting. Hey, marigolds. Remember I told y'all I did have these flowers like my man is bed. And I don't pull them out. There you go. You'll decompose. You know why you don't see no more? Because I did have them and I threw them in and they decomposed. Where they at? Gone. Exactly. Oh, excuse me. So, yep. You gotta go. You gotta go. Oops, I didn't get you all the way. I just come through and I pull these old flower heads and then new ones come. Oh, excuse me. Okay, new ones come right after that. I don't remember this Barrage or Comfrey. It don't matter. It's doing good. It was very small when I put it in here. And you know how it looked 2 weeks ago? Sorry, y'all, I got a weed right here that gotta go. I got this Tigger melon in this little pot that I started. I definitely need to put it in the dirt. But I Planted some Kajari melons. There they go right there. What I put over here? Early moonbeam. They have not come up yet. So waiting for that. And then look at this basil. Where that's some seed. The Sierra Gold. There she is right there. Do you all know what these flowers are? Oh, sorry. Do you know what that is? It is a heavenly blue morning glory vine. So again, I'm going to have the black-eyed Susan coming up from there, coming over the trellis, and the morning glory vines coming from this other corner, going over the trellis. And so I have some flowers mingled in with my cucumbers and melons. I think it's going to be really pretty. I got these solar lights, these solar fairy lights that I'm going to put on the trellis. Yeah. Hang on, y'all. Did I tell you we about to start our chicken journey? Yeah, so my neighbor, we told him about it because, you know, he's next door. And obviously he going to hear some chickens. So he found me an incubator. Isn't that great? Yeah. You don't ask for it, you won't get it. And I definitely asked, and I'm getting it. Thank you, Lord. So, thanks. All right, we got some tricolor beans right here. Listen, when I tell y'all I be throwing flower seeds out, I'm not joking. Then over there, some Tigger melon coming up. See that orange glow watermelon? And I got a mini magical pumpkin mix coming over there. I know what y'all gonna say. Can't grow pumpkins and cucumbers and melons together because pumpkins are heavy feeders and they all got the same pest pressure. But I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna see what happens. Because you know what? You can always pull something up and transplant it somewhere else. And so if that's what I need to do, that's what I'll do. But for right now, we gonna let it ride. Again, we got all these onions, keeping everything together. Y'all haven't seen me flick off one bug yet. Right. Exactly. So y'all tell me if this barrage will come free. Look, it's about to get some flowers, and I am thrilled about that. I am absolutely thrilled. But barrage and comfrey look so much alike, I can never remember which one I'm looking at. They just look the same to me. So and like I said, I definitely throw out flower seeds. They look like weeds. I mean, there's some weeds in there, I'm not gonna lie, but I definitely throw out flower seeds. Don't ask what flower it is though, because I don't remember. Look at this. It's a marigold I started from seed in the house, and so is that one. Can y'all see how ginormous that is? I love it. This is what happens when you deadhead your flowers. See that? See those? Do you see these babies coming? Yeah, I know you do. So, this is this kale. I'm just letting it live its best life. This is a big pot of flowers. Want to talk about what's in there? I'll tell you. Obviously, these marigolds. Oh, see, when you're deadhead and you don't do it right, you don't get what you need. I didn't pull the things out all the way, so no new flowers came into place. Don't worry. There'll be some there probably tomorrow or the next day. So I'm going to go ahead and fix that problem. Pull them out appropriately. And then they're going to send up more, because now they know they're not dead. So we have powder puff aster, more marigolds, bachelor's buttons. Look how big they're getting. Absolutely outrageous and exciting. Gomphrena. This is the Strawberry Fields Gomphrena. So the ones that like bubble gum. Yeah. Another little bachelor's button I stuck in there. Calendula. And then we grew the mammoth sunflowers last year. So I said, you know what? After I planted all this out, I had a big open space in the middle. So I put in some of the giant sunflower seeds. And I said, well, see what happens. This pot is really, really big. Hold on, let me back up. pot is really, really big. So those sunflowers have more than enough space to take on some good roots. All this stuff in here has more than enough space because it's deep. And I have some time before they flower. And you know what? If worse come to worse, if I need to move something, I'll transplant it out and move it. Because I got space, I got more pots, and I got a ton of soil. Okay. So, I think we just about covered everything. Oh, you know we didn't look at? Say hi to my persimmon. Yeah, she looking pretty. She looking pretty. Now listen, she's 2 years old at this point, so I don't know what we're gonna get this year. As always, I'm praying for a miracle. But the fact that it's growing is a miracle right now, so if I get a persimmon, great. If I don't, I can wait. I never had one before. I can wait for one. I just know my trees are growing and they look good, and that to me is more important. Y'all already spoke to these figs. I don't know what I was thinking. I thought these colored bags would be so pretty, and I really, they are. Let's just take a look. These colored bags are really pretty. They add a little something to the garden. And I'm trying to get color, not just all the greenery. That's why I got the flowers, the colored bags, and they do add a little happiness. But every time you water them, you know, you get some of the soil and getting the bags dirty. You see that? Anyway, it's not even important. It looks beautiful. And I'm not complaining. I love it. It's mine. I did this myself. Well, my husband helped out a great deal, but you know what I mean. This is a us production. We did this with no outside help. Nobody came in here and gave us tips and pointers. We had to look up everything and study hard and try to figure out, what are we doing? What are we growing? What does this need? What does that need? And that's exactly what we did. So last year we grew ambrosia sweet corn in a raised bed. And y'all, let me tell you something. That corn was incredible. Incredible. You know what I'm saying? Sorry, I had to pick something up. Drop my little bucket of fertilizer. So this year I said, well, let's do more than one, because we cleared out all of this. So this is all these zucchinis and squashes, right? And then we cleared out everything. This bed where the cattle panel ends was sectioned off because we had built this into a big 8x8 square that was actually way over there. When we decided to till out that part of the land where all this first stuff is, we bought this whole square over here in one piece, and grew stuff here over the fall. Well, I said, well, look, we want to put up another cattle panel. We want to do this till thing big this year, this spring and summer. So that's what we did, put up a second cattle panel, and then we cut the end off of the board here. Can you see it? Well, we cut the end off, so it's now open at the end. And then we went ahead and tilled up all the rest of this, because this was just, the fencing was closed in right here. So when the fence got right here, it went straight across. It just went from this T-post and straight across and attached to the gate. So it was just open for the dogs or whatever we wanted to do. We said, where are we gonna put the corn? So here's what I did. So far, I left myself this space so I can come down this path. I pulled out the onions that was right there, so I would have a walking path. But honestly, look at that empty space right there. Ignore that seed tray. Look at that space, that perfectly good, beautiful black soil. I'm gonna put something there. I am. Who knows? I might come out here and get wild with another handful of marigold seeds. Something is going there. Something. This place right here gets full sun. My house is south facing, so front of the house, which means the sun beams right down there. Yeah, something's going there, guys. I feel like I'm here. Look at that. Look at all them bald spots. We'll let that ride for now. But I think I'm gonna put some flowers right there where the rutabagas had an attitude. That's fine, rutabagas. That's fine. I'll see y'all next year. I'm gonna leave you right there in the soil. And you know what's gonna happen? When the springtime, when the fall comes, y'all gonna start growing. I know you are. I have faith in you. So that's what that's gonna be. So back to the corn. So I left myself this little space to walk in and this much space right here. Okay? Because we know these squashes gonna get big and they're gonna be sprawled all out over here. And then soon I won't be able to get through here because those sunflowers, these are the mammoth sunflowers, they're gonna get stupid big too. So I know that space is gonna be, I won't be able to come in and out. I won't be able to open this fence and come in and out of here for very much longer. That's fine. So, and then I still have some space because honestly, if I need to move one of these, got some perfectly good space right there. But what we do have is, I don't know if y'all can see these raised up a little bit. In this whole space here, yesterday I planted the Hass peaches and cream sweet corn. Right here we have the double red sweet corn. I feel like I didn't plant enough of it. I was tired that day and I think I was ready to move. Okay, so over here, this is the first corn I planted. Oh, y'all look at that sunflower. That's the volunteer. Crazy. So I know I didn't label it, but what I did is I put these little solar lights to mark off the spaces because I know what I put here. And then yesterday, because okay, so originally I had planted the ambrosia sweet corn all right here. I know I'm Ashley, don't judge me. I had planted the ambrosia sweet corn all right here. I left myself a little bit of space which I could walk around over here. I don't need it. So the ambrosia sweet corn didn't come up. So I waited 2 weeks because I was going to wait 2 weeks in between planting the corns so they wouldn't cross-pollinate. But guess what? After 2 weeks, the ambrosia sweet corn still hadn't come up. You know, this is all the corn I got from the ambrosia. So the ambrosia sweet corn was what we planted last year, and it was great. But I think that because those seeds are a year old, maybe they don't want to cooperate this year, and that's fine. That's fine. So I got some new seeds. So what I planted right here was the Silver Queen. Now, sorry guys. Now I know that probably